I'm just now waking up and starting my day with an eyelash in my eye and talking about some stuff, because if I don't do it now, I'm probably not gonna do it, and then I'm going to disappear for a few months, which, I always say I'm sorry about, and then I do it anyways, but, professional procrastinator here. That's what my YouTuber name should have been, but bold of me to use that word YouTuber, which I am not. So anyways, sorry to be making another Resident Evil related video. I swear I am not a Resident Evil channel. I just, like the games, and I love Resident Evil 4. And I'm not the only one who loves Resident Evil 4. It's one of the most top-rated games of all time. Lots of Resident Evil fans really love Resident Evil 4. Some hate it, or they don't like it as much because they blame it for pioneering the action-packed, over-the-top insanity of the later installments. It became less about survival horror, and more so about punching rocks and explosions. Which is fine, but this is Resident Evil. Although, to be fair, and at the end of almost every Resident Evil game, there's an explosion, and helicopters, and rocket launchers. But you get what I mean. 5 and 6, they were pretty, ridiculous. However, off topic, Resident Evil 4 to me is just very special. I really love Resident Evil 4, despite the heavy hatred I have for it. But that's mostly because the gameplay can be a bit clunky, there's some things wrong with it that I would like to be fixed, but at the same time I don't, because as much as I say, oh, I wish this was done better, or I wish it was done this way, or why was this here, I still think the game is perfect. I say that now because I'm not currently playing it, and I'm not at a part where I'm like, I hate this, I don't want to do this part sucks, why am I playing this again? It's a beautiful relationship I have with this game. It's always been like this. However, I guess Capcom's ears must have been burning, because they must have heard me talking about how, oh, I wish this was fixed and blah blah blah, because now we are getting a Resident Evil 4 remake. I guess they couldn't stop at Resident Evil 3 remake, which I did a review on the demo a few months back, saying how excited I was to play it, and I still have yet to do because my older sister came to me and said, like, don't fucking bother, it's not worth it, it's like paying $40 for a DLC. And then I heard it from other people, and I was like, yeah, I think I'll hold back, Why bother playing it to get my own opinion? Puh. Anyways, off topic again. It really baffled me that they were actually going to remake Resident Evil 4. I mean, the game itself isn't even that old, and to me does not need to be updated. You look at Resident Evil 2 and 3, the original, and you're like, yeah, I guess those could be remade or rebooted. But Resident Evil 4, I honestly didn't see why it was necessary. And I even joked about it, and then like a week later, it was announced, and I was like, oh no. I mean, this game has been ported to shit. It's been ported to PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox, PC, Wii, Zebo, Android, iPhone, I don't fucking know, Nintendo Switch. Like, why couldn't you just port it to PlayStation 5? I probably would have been a sucker as always and bought it for the 6th time. But no, they're gonna remake the whole damn thing. And I thought to myself, why?
Why?
For the last 15 years, they seem to have been fine by porting it to every single console that comes out, including the damn phone. And Zebo? I don't even know what that is. Never heard of it, but it was ported there. So why bother giving Resident Evil 4 the remake/reboot treatment? They skipped Code Veronica and they're going straight into 4. So there must be some reason why they chose to go ahead and remake 4. I don't work for Capcom. I have shit for nothing to do with Capcom. I don't have the answer as to why they're remaking this stuff, or why there are now werewolves in Resident Evil 8. All I can do is make assumptions or guesses, and say that maybe it's to lure in a whole new generation of gamers into the Resident Evil franchise. Maybe they want the new generation to experience Resident Evil 4, but better. You know, bigger, better, a bit more polished, you know, just new. Maybe they'll try to perfect the controls a little bit more since they are a bit wonky. Make the gameplay a bit less tedious, but let's be real, this is Resident Evil. The gameplay has never been smooth sailing. It's always been tedious and annoying as shit, but rewarding. Or maybe they're just going with, we want money, so we're going to remake this game knowing you guys are going to be suckers or curious and buy this game. And if that's the case, I'm just hoping, fingers crossed, that they do not make this remake awful. I personally probably won't play it. I'm not strong enough to go through Resident Evil 4 again. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, honestly. I don't know where I stand right now, even though I just said I'm not gonna play it. That could change. I just hope that a lot of effort and a lot of love goes into this remake, and they don't just rush it, they don't make it half-assed. I hope that they, you know, make this remake worth it. Because I still firmly believe that Resident Evil 4 does not need to be touched. It's fine the way it is, even though I bitch about it and I just said there's things I want to be fixed about it. Specifically, Ashley's AI. If there's anything I want out of this remake, is that they kind of make Ashley's AI a bit like Elizabeth's from BioShock Infinite, to where I understand she's the president's daughter. She can't do somersaults and, you know, handle weapons because she doesn't know how, obviously. But I also don't expect her to just stand there whenever danger is coming, or to just sit on the floor with her hands above her head like a tornado drill while somebody's coming right behind her with a chainsaw. I expect the AI to be a little bit more intelligent, as the name suggests. And maybe, like I said, she's similar to Elizabeth's AI, to where she helps Leon by giving her ammo or finding stuff, just being useful and not completely brain dead. That's all I ask for. Also, I think that having 2 chainsaw bitches in one level is a bit much. I think that we're good with 1, or even better, none. But, you know, that's asking for too much, right? And another thing, you know, I expected Resident Evil 4 to be ported to every new console for the rest of my life, but now that the remake is coming out, are we getting a remake and also Resident Evil 4 PS5 port? Like, is it still going to be ported, or is the remake going to take its place and be ported to death? Like, I'm curious to see how that's going to work out, honestly. Oh, speaking of 4, did you guys see where Crash Bandicoot's finally getting its 4th game after 22 years? I was so worried that was never gonna happen, even though I thought that Wrath of Cortex was the 4th game. Oh well, I guess this is neat. Yay. I just love having my nostalgia profited off of, even though I'm probably gonna play it because it looks kind of fun. Hey, at least we can hope that in 22 years you can get Sly Cooper 5, right guys? Honestly, so that doesn't seem too off topic, I guess I can say that I'm more so excited about Crash Bandicoot 4 than the Resident Evil 4 remake. But that can easily be said because we've seen gameplay and info on Crash Bandicoot 4. We don't know a whole lot, or anything really, about the Resident Evil 4 remake. This whole time I may have come off as bitching about the remake by saying like, oh, I'm not gonna play it because it sounds stupid, it doesn't need to be remade. I'm on the fence about it. Right now I'm saying I don't want to play it, but I know that it's gonna come out and I'm gonna be interested, maybe. Like I said, we haven't seen anything about it yet. So until then, I'm not going to say it's going to be shit. I just have my concerns, but that's because we're still left in the dark about it. I don't know what they're doing to my baby. It's just that I made this video because I don't think it needs to be remade, and I don't see why. But if they have their reasons, that's fine, just as long as they do it right, and they do it well, and it's not, you know, half-assed. It made my stomach hurt to see that this was actually happening, but at the same time, you know, I hope that it turns out well, and that the new generation gets to play this remake and love it like I love the original. So call me a Stevie Nicks song because I can't wait to play the original Resident Evil 4 on PlayStation 5, because I know it's gonna happen. With that being said, I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.
Don't you look away, just try to stay as long as you can. Yeah, just hold my